at all. Could you please not interrupt me while I'm telling my beautiful story?
I've never heard this.
Anyway, my favorite movie-going experience, Nathan and I were going to watch Batman vs. Superman because we enjoy pain. And it was the scene where Jesse Eisenberg is shaking Clark Kent's hand. And he's like, "Ooh, man, strong grip. You do not want to fight this guy." And Nathan just goes, "That's the plot of the movie."
I'm not even laughing at the joke, I'm just laughing.
I'm laughing at Dale's reaction when he tells the joke.
Speaking of pain, we went and saw a movie that has a lot of pain in it.
Sorry,
a lot of pain in the movie.
you're not going to be able to hear Dylan very well. He needs to scooch a little bit. Scoot, not forward. Scooch to the left.
Fine, there.
Just get ready.
So
that squeak from the chair.
Y'all essentially have to be sitting in each other's lap.
That is
Like, not one person in the other lap, but both of you, like, in a yin-yang motion, sitting in each other's laps.
It'll work.
Nah.
I don't know how that would work, actually. Like, your butt be in my lap, my butt be in your
I
lap.
think we to be pretzels.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome everyone to the 5th episode of the Movie Panda podcast. I am
Wait,
Dale.
we've done 5 of these? 5 of these?
Yeah, we've done 5 of them.
The moment I walk into this room, all English leaves me.
It does. It's terrifying. I've seen you walk in speaking Aborigines before, and it's been phenomenal. I'm sorry, that was a bad
It's funny
joke.
because that's not English.
Anyway,
You picked the most, like, foreign language possible. Just,
I mean, I can pick more foreign.
no, it's okay.
Anyway, joined to my right is our good friend Jacob. Say hello.
Hello, I am not a panda.
Yeah,
No.
he's not. He's just
He's
here
a
for
guest.
one time. Unless y'all like him, then I can somehow keep him from moving. All 2 of you. And then also joining me is...
Oh, I have to say my name?
Yeah,
If you don't know who I am yet, you're a loser. You obviously don't pay attention to our channel.
I hope
And there
this is
go our
the
2
first
regular
video they're
viewers.
watching.
Anyway, if you clicked on this video, you've probably seen that we went and watched Truth or Dare. And
Which I actually pulled up the information for. I need to get that back up.
Dylan needs to get closer to the mic.
I forgot I was staring at Lucy Hale. Alright.
Anyway,
So,
first thoughts going into the movie. What did you guys think?
Like before viewing?
like, yeah, do you mean like the lead up to the movie?
I guess that's what I mean. Yes.
I mean, I've been seeing trailers for this movie for quite some time, so I was sort of excited to see it. Like, I wanted to see it because it's a Blumhouse film, and I like Blumhouse films. They're always really B-rated, and I enjoy that in horror films. I enjoy B-rate movies. So, I mean, I was sort of excited, not like pumped, but like, yeah, I finally get to see this movie.
Jacob.
I legitimately forgot this movie came out. At one point I was excited for it. That excitement fleeted, but I'm glad it was still in theaters.
Now, did the excitement like fleet because like other stuff came out, like Infinity War?
Like better movies came out.
Yeah, other more memorable and better movies came out before this, so or after this. So, you know, this movie kind of fell in the background.
And again, this movie is one of our movies we decided to go watch instead of watching Traffic and stuff like that.
I don't think Blumhouse really goes for like Oscar-winning movies though. I think they just kind of go for like that kind of audience. Just like, I mean, it's in theaters,
They made a
so
lot of money. We'll cover that when we get to it, but they made actually a lot of money on this movie.
they make a lot of money.
Yeah,
So-
dang.
So the base plot of this movie
Blumhouse ain't no joke.
was a group of friends in college go to Mexico for spring break, and they meet this guy who takes them to a church and has them start playing a game of Truth or Dare. Little do they know that the game of Truth or Dare is possessed by a demon, and now it's a game of life or death.
Because, you know, horror movies.
Yeah. And they have to figure out how to beat the demon because horror movies. So there's the base plot of that movie, and for those of you that have been listening since the first episode, you know I don't preferably like horror movies. so I was a little skeptical going into this movie. I didn't even watch the trailer for this movie. I just knew the title, and I went in very, very pessimistic towards it. I don't think it changed my viewpoint of horror movies. You'd have to give me a really good one to do that, but I was certainly a little bit more optimistic about this one than previous. Like when I went in and I watched the movie and I came back out, I kind of changed my viewpoint on it a little. Not much, but a little bit. So, Doan, you got the information pulled up. Why don't you hit these people with some stats on the movie?
Stats? Wow, okay. Anyway, I mean, an opening... Yeah, okay, so they had a budget of $3.5 million for the film. Opening weekend, they made over $18 million. Gross... I guess, yeah, it's gross domestic. Only in USA, it's made $38.5 million. So... they made quite a chunk of change off the film. It obviously has done very well for itself. I guess let's go more into like who starred in it.
Who directed it? Who produced it?
The director was Jeff Wadlow, which we already know who that guy is because he directs a lot of Blumhouse movies.
All of them.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's Blumhouse. If you don't know Blumhouse, then I don't know what to tell you.
I didn't know Blumhouse.
Okay.
Well, that's because of personal
Let's think
preference.
of some other Blumhouse films. What are some other Blumhouse films?
They had that one that just came out about the murdering office people.
Oh yeah,
The Belko experiment.
Oh.
Didn't they also do the one about like the Freaky Friday?
Freaky Friday.
Where
Happy
like
Death Day.
Happy Death Day.
Yeah, they did that.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, they did.
That one was goofy, but it was also like at a certain point it lost its horror. But we're not talking about that movie. We're talking about Truth or Dare. While Doan is pulling up actor information, Jacob, what were your thoughts of the movie?
Actually, I wasn't. I was looking up other Blumhouse films.
Oh.
I couldn't remember which ones I had seen or which ones were actually made by Blumhouse. But I didn't want to have like wrong information.
Thoughts about the movie? It's just dumb horror. If you go in expecting good writing, I think I was telling Doan, like at the beginning of the movie, they always do this thing where they try to rush in character backstory at the beginning of the movie. Like the first line out of one of the characters' mouths is, he's like, "Well, I don't need help getting into medical school." It's like, okay, he's your cliche white douche. All right, got it. He probably dies second, but just very little character development throughout the movie. Just.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it is a very atypical,
very generic.
typical.
Yeah, very generic plot reveals, but I mean, just dumb horror, fun dumb horror. It's more in the little violence and the premise of it that are.
Don't go into this movie expecting to be scared. There was no real like major.
It's really not even horror.
No, it's a psychological thing.
Isn't it called a thriller? Isn't it? I think it's categorized as a thriller.
It's categorized as a horror thriller film.
Oh.
Definitely more thriller.
Yeah, definitely more thriller because the horror, I guess, is more psychological than jump scares and stuff, which is actually surprising.
I like when horror movies don't just rely truly on just jump scares.
Absolutely, yeah.
Just tense music, build up, big reveal, or false reveal, then big reveal. It did steer away from that trend, which is kind of nice. More just fun.
It was more, it was kind of like a fun thriller film. Like they were trying. I guess what it was is the movie didn't take itself too seriously. It kind of knew it was stupid, so it rolled with that, and obviously it worked. I mean, they've made a lot of money off of it.
Definitely, I think it definitely relies on you not looking too much into it, like not taking it too serious, because it definitely rushes to get to the plot.
You're not even like 10 minutes into the film before they go to play the Truth or Dare.
Yeah, it gives you this quick little backstory about the main character, how she's Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, she's a good person.
But they're like, hey, we told them you have shingles, so now you're going on spring break with us.
And they go and they party in Mexico because and then has anyone either of you ever had like the moment? It's like, man, when I go on a vacation, it's gonna be me and my friends. Mexico, that's where I want to go. That's the place to be.
I mean, I'm assuming it didn't really say the beach, but I'm assuming it's one of the beach locations there that's like a big spring breakers.
I mean, they do live in like California or
the
something.
movie did have lots of other like American high school kids there at the beach partying with them. It's not like they just went to some random location.
No, yeah.
I'm assuming
it
there
like
was
like
some
a big get together.
Like I said, they didn't spend too much time on the build up to the whole horror part because they knew you didn't care. Like, it literally did like a little Facebook montage. You know those little Facebook montages you get at for anniversaries or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
It literally did one of those of their spring
It
break
was just
vacation.
them like Snapchatting and crap. Like,
Which, one thing that bothered me more than it should have at the beginning of the movie, the girl was saying she was using Snapchat and she had the camera app open on her phone.
That bothered you too?
Yes.
Because, like, we use Snapchat, you have to hold the button down to record.
And it was clearly the camera app. You could it
Yeah,
had like
she-
the little
it
red
had the
light
red-
on for
yeah, the
recording.
red,
And he said, "Are you recording
circle.
this for your YouTube channel?" She said, "No, this is my Snapchat life. YouTube's for my charity work." But it's clearly in the camera app.
What if she was lying?
Like, maybe I don't. I mean, why
This
would
movie's
you?
Truth or Dare, and she lies
Why
quite
s-
often.
why sneak
Lucy
that in
Hale
there?
lies a lot in this movie. Lucy Hale tells a lot of lies in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I've learned from this. Lucy Hale is a liar.
Did she have a character name? What even was it? I don't
Olivia.
even.
Olivia.
Olivia.
So okay, well then.
None of the characters stick with you.
Well then, we got Jacob's take on the movie. Dale, what did you think of the movie?
I went into this movie, and you know me, I hate horror, thriller, stuff like this, so I went in, expectations low. I wouldn't like to say that I was surprised, but I think I enjoyed the movie more than I thought I would going into it. It's stupid. It is horrendously stupid, I believe. Like, a lot of the choices that they make in the movie, like, wouldn't even be problems if they were, like, real world problems and stuff like that. But at the same time, I understand it's a movie, it's fiction, and if they did some of the things that we would do, then there wouldn't be a movie. There wouldn't be anything to watch.
You have to get to the plot somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
And sometimes whenever someone makes a dumb decision, it's for plot and to accelerate the plot. So I'm not going to say it was like best horror movie of all time. Like, I don't think it deserves that, but I thought it was good for what it was trying to do. If we hadn't seen a story like that before, I probably would have given it better merits. Like how many movies can we think of where it's someone summoned a demon and then something bad happens as a result of it? Like
every horror film.
almost every single
Especially
one.
Blumhouse films.
Well, you don't realize it's a demon till the end.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be one of three things.
you could assume though, simply because of how like it starts killing them off. It's like, okay, this is obviously some kind of supernatural force.
Plus, whenever it possesses someone, it turns them into Mark Hamill's The Joker, and so like they just start getting this creepy grin. So like, three things do that, like demons, devils, and like ghosts. And yeah, like it didn't do like. I'm not gonna say I'm a paranormal expert, but like in most of these dumb movies and stuff, the ghost is like bound to a place, right? So it would be bound to that church. It would only stay in that church. But it like followed them home. So it's gotta be like a powerful entity of some kind. That was my whole look. I can't just sit here. Jacob is making fun of me because I'm holding my hand up in explaining. That's just how I do things. I get into character. Okay, Jacob? Deal with it. Doan, hit us with some actor stats.
Oh, now we're doing that? I didn't even get to talk about what I thought about the movie.
I thought you did.
Hey, Dylan,
No,
what do you
really.
think
No,
about
that's
the movie?
Fine. No, it's fine.
I
We'll
care.
move forward.
I care, Dylan.
Okay, anyway, so the cast consisted of Lucy Hale, who played Olivia Barron. So Lucy Hale stars in Pretty Little Liars, Scream 4, couple other movies. So she's the highest paid actor in this list. She's obviously the main character. She's the important one. We have Tyler Posey, who plays Lucas. I don't know how to say that last name. I don't want to mispronounce it. Morano.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who is from Teen Wolf. And before we move on from that, I'm gonna point out the fact that I don't know what's wrong with his face, but his face is weird.
Yeah,
he'll never hear this, so I feel comfortable saying that. He's got a funky face.
Yeah,
His jaw is like to the right. Like,
Yeah, it's like unhinged.
It was like off. There was something. It looked like he had a tumor growing out of his neck or something. Then we have Violet Bean, who plays Marky, which is Olivia's best friend and Lucas's girlfriend. She is, I don't know. I don't even know anything that she's been in, honestly. Like, nothing. I looked her up and I didn't really. I mean, she's been in The Flash and she's been in Legends of Tomorrow, both shows that I have never watched. Well, I can't say I've seen The Flash. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it.
My girlfriend loves The Flash.
I think DC is
watching
I
it
think
all the
DC
time.
is butchered. Has been butchered by stuff like that. Next is Sophia Ali. I don't. Again, is another actress I don't know. I've never seen her in anything.
Truth or Dare is her most famous role, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it's known for, and it
she's
has that in Grey's Anatomy for like a year, apparently. I don't know the rest of these shows. I'm not gonna bother like going through the huge list. She plays the character Penelope, who is a functioning alcoholic.
Quotation functioning.
No, as Dale pointed out, she went from drinking an entire bottle of vodka to being able to save someone's life. So she has
In like
to be
15 minutes.
Like, she has to be a functioning alcoholic.
She would be Lawrence Sontag's dream woman.
So next is Nolan Gerard Funk, who plays the character what was his name? Tyson, I think. You know, like Tyson's chicken, so I bet he's delicious. Again, don't know anything that he's been in. He was in Glee for like
was in
a
Awkward.
year. Oh, in Awkward? I don't know what that show is.
That was an MTV show about a girl who was awkward.
Oh, that makes sense.
Hence title.
He was the character that Jacob mentioned, said something about being
That's the
a doctor.
Yeah, the pre-med student who's super cocky. Who it just makes you hate the character.
Yeah, he's intentionally
he does not get any redeeming lines. Every line he says is meant to just drive plot and piss people off.
We have Landon. I don't know how to say that last name. Yes.
Your boy
But
Ron.
he is most known from playing in Netflix's Frontier and Hemlock Grove.
Amazing show. Check
I
it out.
believe both times he's the main characters in those
Which
shows.
I kind of
Yes.
had like an audible gasp once I realized that. I was,
He also
Michael
he
Smith.
is also one of the main characters from Degrassi: The Next Generation and Terra Nova, which I loved Terra Nova, so that makes me like this guy more.
And he didn't really get enough screen time in the movie
did
because
not.
he
was
played
in
a
there
good
for like
part.
Total screen time probably 30 to 45 minutes. Not giving even
Not even that.
It's probably more like 15 minutes.
He was at the
honestly.
beginning of the movie and then came in like in the
Then
last
we have
30 minutes.
Sam Lerner, who is our favorite character, Ron. My boy Ronnie, who was gonna show his penis to everyone, but then didn't and died. So, yeah,
poor
spoiler
Ron.
alert on that one. If you haven't seen this movie yet, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. It came out in April, so you probably have seen it by now. If you haven't, oh well.
You probably don't
You're
care
not
if you-
missing that much. Go get it Go get it on Redbox when it comes out for like $1 and
Dylan.
enjoy your stupid film.
Dawn, you made it almost sound like you were super sad you didn't get to see Ron's junk.
I am. I'm very disappointed. I was looking forward to that. I mean, I saw the trailer, so I knew he was gonna die, but I was looking forward to that scene.
I think really that was trying to make a symbolism to bullying in America because he decided not to show his penis after someone shamed him. Penis size shamed him.
It's honestly possible.
It was very, very heartbreaking to me that Ron should still be alive today.
All right, we're gonna I'm only gonna name the next two actors because really they're the only other two that were fairly prevalent in the film.
that matter.
Brady Smith, who plays Roy Cameron, which is Marky's dad, who commits suicide. You don't see it, but he did it. And then Hayden Sito, who plays Brad Chang, who was their gay Asian friend.
That's it. That's his character.
The way he dies also is like the stupidest. Out of all
I agree.
Out of all the characters, I enjoyed him the most.
It wasn't even the Truth or Dare.
Yeah, the demon didn't even kill him. So
It was poor police training that ended up killing Ronnie.
cop just shoots him in the back.
And like didn't even tell him, freeze, you're under arrest first.
Yeah, just shoots
like,
him.
Horrible police training. And you know what it was? It was a message about homophobia in America. It was a message about homophobia.
We can't put this video out.
I'm just saying.
We can't now.
If he hadn't known, he would have said freeze first.
How would you have known? Only the dad knew.
unless the dad,
It's his partner. I got you, Dale. Who would be the first person the dad went to?
Not the mother, not the son, his partner.
His police partner.
And he would have been like, hey, guess what? I have a homosexual son. That's cool. But then his dad's cool. His partner's homophobic.
I guess, yeah.
This was a expression, and it was a protest to police brutality
Y'all
in
explain the
America.
movie.
Not only is he homophobic, he's also racist because the guy is Asian. So
Yeah, that's we call that a
That's too far.
that's a double whammy.
Yeah, that's a double. I was gonna say it. Oh,
This guy had a lot of issues. Okay, so
we weren't
let's-
monetized to begin
Shall
with.
break
Now
down
we're
the-
demonetized.
All right, yeah, we'll break down the movie. So the movie opens up, like Jacob said, it really rushes you into the story because it's trying to get to the point of the whole film.
It's cliche horror movie. Like, they try to give you quick backstory and, like, little lines of
You
dialogue.
should care about these characters.
Yeah.
Now let's go.
That you learn at the beginning, like, oh, this girl likes Habitat for Humanity. She likes people. And the other girl, you can tell, is just kind of a partier, just wants her to go to Mexico. And
My friend's also a whore.
yeah, oh yes.
Like we're
Like
and
10 minutes into the movie, right after the little Mexico montage, she's dancing with another guy while the boyfriend's like literally 5 feet away.
Which, by the way, he's that oblivious.
It's
Don't.
painful
It's
to
a B-lister horror movie. You shouldn't expect to every single plot hole.
No, that was not a
I'm
plot
just-
hole of the movie. That's a plot hole of life. That's what that is.
Well, hold on. All the observations you were critiquing me about were observations of life.
Yes, they should have gone to the police officer. That is a plot hole in every horror film. Congratulations.
We'll get there.
Anyway,
So they go to Mexico to party.
I also want to say, even at the beginning of the movie, it just keeps pounding the point that the one girl is an alcoholic.
Yes, it does.
The whole movie,
Penelope?
Penelope. She never does not have a drink in her hand.
Yes.
I don't think there. I don't remember. I can't recall a scene without a drink in her hand.
When they go,
the whole movie.
When they go to the church when they're in Mexico, which Lucy Hale meets guy from Degrassi and decides this guy's
Carter.
chill. Yeah,
Carter, aka Sam, aka kind of villain.
Yeah, so like she meets him because she's like, oh, I can't be around because she's secretly in love with her best friend's man. So she's like, I can't be around this right now.
And Ron's just trying to get laid. And
Yeah,
hitting on her.
Ron just wants to get laid and hits on her, and she's like, no, back off. And then Carter's like, hold up, bro. I'll punch you in the face if you don't go away. He doesn't actually punch him in the face, unfortunately, because Ron's got better things to do, like shots.
Ron
So-
has the best line in the movie. The Lucy Hale's character says, "Listen, I think they're doing shots over back there." He's like, "I'm not leaving because of your threat. I'm leaving because of shots."
I can't resist shots. So he made the right choice. So
it's
he
like Ron don't miss no shots.
Yeah, and then walks away. That was probably the best line of the whole movie. And then
Rip Ron.
the friends show up. Bearded Carter decides we're gonna go, and I point out he's bearded because he's the only friend that has a beard. Everyone else in this whole film has no facial hair. He's the only bearded person I saw in this whole movie. So bearded Carter takes them to a church in Mexico because that's a great idea, right? Abandoned church in Mexico.
Go
let's
to
there.
a abandoned building in the country that has like the biggest superstitions in the world. They have a holiday celebrating the spirits of the dead. Yeah, go to an abandoned building in that country.
So they go there and they
perfect
decide. Carter talks them into playing Truth or Dare.
Which, when they first get in there, Penelope immediately gets them all drinking because that's her character.
Yeah, so they walk in and her first line is, "Man, where's the tequila?" And I'm like,
yeah.
"Good lord, you gotta take
Once
a break."
very one-dimensional characters other than the three main ones.
She's like Deadpool with his magic satchel, except it's just like a liquor store off screen.
So they go in, they play Truth or Dare. Everyone has a turn. When it comes back to Carter, they ask him. He tells the truth, and he says, "Oh, don't worry about it, guys. I brought you all here to die." And then he yeets out of there.
And they none of them really move at first to this. I know there's I don't know what you would do in that situation.
Just awkwardly
But
sit there like they do.
Their response wasn't the correct answer. I don't know what it is, but it's sitting there and just staring. That's not the right answer.
I mean, they were like gawking. They were like amazed. They were like, "Who what kind of nut are you?
And no one tried to stop him. No one was like, hold on, what did you just say? They just let him
Only
leave.
Lucy Hale like jumps up and is like concerned about what he just said.
And no one, the guy that just said, "Hey, y'all are gonna die," no one follows her as she goes into another room with him.
Yeah,
like,
everyone's like,
no
no,
one-
this guy's chill.
Also, there's in that little first scene when they're doing their first little go around Truth or Dare, because there's a lot of plot that's kind of revealed in the movie.
Yeah, I think that's where they tried to make up for the rush at the beginning.
Because Lucy Hale's character, who's one of the first ones to go, I think she is the first one actually.
No, Lucy Hale's the main character, man.
I mean, the first one to in.
oh, you
in
mean
the Truth or
play,
Dare
to
to
play
play.
Truth or
To go.
Dare?
The first one to play. I think it
Truth
was
or
her
Dale.
turn first.
Yes, I believe she was. Yeah,
That's the name of the video, Truth or Dale.
Dale.
When it's her turn to go first, they ask her if you could kill either everyone in this room or everyone in Mexico. And she like goes with the noble answer. She's like, "Well, I love you guys, but obviously everyone in this room." And Carter, the one guy's like, "Well, you're lying."
Yeah.
Like,
immediately
I think
calls her
Dylan,
on
you
it.
pointed that out
Yeah,
to me
he
after.
immediately calls her on it. He's
Which-
like, "No, that's not true.
That's
You would
like
totally,
foreshadowing to
you
the
would
end of the
totally
movie.
save your best
Yeah.
friends over
'Cause he was-
millions of people."
He was thinking, as he's been trying to save his life the whole time and putting them out to die, he's like, "Nope, trust me, been in the situation, you would pick your life."
Yeah, and like you would pick your own life over everyone else. So
Also, in this same little opening thing, Travis, when it gets to his turn, the pre-med student who's
Travis?
was that
Tyson.
Trevor? Tyson. I'm
Like
sorry,
chicken.
T guy, whatever.
Think chicken.
Little pre-med writes prescriptions for people, dude. His whole purpose of the movie is to start trouble. He accuses her character of the love triangle.
Yeah,
She's
he
the first
says
one that
Lucy Hale
breathes line
actually
of her.
loves her best friend's man. What's his name? I don't remember what his name was. He was unimportant. Guy from Teen Wolf. We'll just call him Teen Wolf.
Dude. I think it was Travis.
No. Is that no?
Tyson was the one that the med
He's
student.
Lucas.
Lucas, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Lucas.
Keep that pulled up.
There's,
so I forget.
there's too many generic horror victim names to choose from.
Which, by the way, within the first like 5 minutes of this film, I already knew like the order people were going to die.
It really doesn't seem like any of them should be friends with this Tyson guy, though.
No,
like-
he seems like he's just part of the group because they were probably friends with Penelope, and then
Yeah.
she started dating him, and they just kind of had to accept it.
Just
Okay. Before we're gonna address that right now. A comment I made after we left the theater was this entire movie advocates toxic relationships because every character in this movie has a horrible relationship with each other, whether they are a couple or friends. Because Penelope is a functioning alcoholic, and no one tries to stop her.
they feed it to
No,
her.
yeah, they give her alcohol. They're like, yeah, go ahead, we don't care. And then her boyfriend Tyson is a horrible human being. He does nothing but cause fights. He writes fake prescriptions for people, and she does nothing to stop it. She encourages it, if anything, and no one else.
How else is he buying the alcohol for her?
So all of this that is happening. Marky, you find out you kind of guess it at the beginning. Whenever she's dancing with another guy, she regularly cheats on her boyfriend Lucas, and I guess Lucas is completely oblivious to that. Which
Somehow.
she's the town harlot, and he has no idea apparently. So that's going on, and then in the movie, it's shown in the trailer. And in the movie, Lucy Hale's character yells in the middle of the library after being approached by the demon for Truth or Dare that Marky always cheats on her boyfriend, and that causes them to split up. Well, later in the movie, it's like Marky is the typical victim in the relationship. Despite the fact that she's doing all the wrong, she's upset and angry with everyone else because she's not getting her way. So she's like, I trusted you because you were my best friend to keep that a secret, and you should love me because I at least stuck around with you. And then dude later admits that he still loves her, and I'm like, why?
Which was during a sex scene with Lucy Hale's character.
Yes, okay, yeah.
Very odd sequence.
So
but
we're gonna
we'll get there.
We'll push through the insignificant portions of the movie.
Dude, stop! I said lean back or lean forward. That is so much feedback that I don't know how to edit out
It'll be
yet.
fine. It's fine. So Moving forward, they leave Mexico. That's how Lucy Hale finds out the game followed them home, and crazy things are happening when she has to admit that in front of everyone because she chose truth. It goes to who's next after that? It's Ronnie. Ron.
No, Ron's dead.
No, not yet.
No, that's how he does.
No,
it.
we got
Lucy Hale does hers, and then it goes to Ronnie.
Oh. Are we explaining the entire movie?
No, I'm giving like a quick rundown of just like the death sequence and major plot points.
Okay.
So it like goes to Ron. Ron's in a bar, hits on woman doesn't like him, then the demon shows up and says, "Hey bro, show me your penis." And Ron's like, okay. Ron gets up on a pool table, and then everyone makes fun of his small penis. He doesn't actually pull it out, but everyone like
apparently
makes fun
all
of it
these
anyway.
women who have seen his
these
penis.
women who have apparently seen it, he chickens out, but when he tries to chicken out, the demon possesses him and kills him. He falls off the pool table and dies. And then,
Clean split.
oh god, I don't know what's happening to me.
You're dying.
Yeah.
okay.
Who was after that? Who's next after that? Was it It was yes.
It was
Trevor.
No.
Tyson?
Lucas.
The guy I keep wanting to call Trevor.
Yeah, because Lucy is trying to tell everyone about it. They don't believe her. Lucas leaves the apartment.
And then
when he's walking down, he sees graffiti.
Which, there's a really odd sequence there. So he leaves the apartment with Lucy Hale's character still in the apartment. He gets the burn mark on the arm. He calls Lucy Hale's character, who is now in her house. And there's light coming in from the window from her house, so it appears, it's almost like it's daytime. Really weird, like, sequence
I don't know
of
if
events
that's it.
there.
Maybe it's supposed to be like a lamp is on or
I
something.
don't, maybe it's just, but like,
All I
he
can
literally
think of
just
is
left
that
the apartment and then she's in her house, which has been shown to be not next to the apartment at least.
also, like, the building they're in at that time looks a lot dirtier than the apartment she lives in, because when she goes to the house she lives in,
It's like real nice, yeah.
yeah, it's real nice and stuff, but the apartment they're at in that scene looks really beat up and dirty.
It just seems like poor editing.
Yeah, maybe
Like,
maybe like more time passed than we thought. I don't know.
I don't know.
And it just doesn't tell you that. There are a lot of jump cuts where you're just kind of left to assume that yes, quite a bit of time has passed. Anyway, so he goes to him. He walks outside. Graffiti of Truth or Dare. Burn on arm of Truth or Dare. He chooses what did he choose? He chooses Truth, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He chooses Truth, in which he has to. I don't remember. What did he have to do?
He tells Lucy Hale's character that he's always had feelings for.
Oh yeah, like he's had feelings for.
He's always wondered.
He's always
I know. Looking back, I noticed the wording's very precise.
He words
He
it so
says,
like,
"I've always wondered what it would be like to be with you." He never says like "I love you" or anything like that.
Yeah,
he just says he's always wondered.
which obviously was the truth because he doesn't die. So he's always wondered about that. He believes her now. They go. After that,
It was med student.
no, it's Marky, because Marky has to break her hand.
They're all together.
Oh,
in the,
yeah.
They're all together,
in
so
the house
Marky
at
has to
that
break
point.
her hand.
And she gets her to do it by she puts her hand there, and Marky's still not wanting to do it. And then she says, "Don't be a coward like your father," and then just smash.
We already stated has committed suicide.
Yeah.
This is a big issue, so Marky smashes her hand. They go to the hospital, which then it's oh crap, what's gay Asian guy's name? Oh no, who was he? Brad then gets approached by a dead guy, which was probably the most jump scares scene they went with, which honestly, yes, it was kind of disturbing, but at the same time it was, I don't know, like they could have chosen to do it any other way.
We haven't explained how the demon shows up in the thing either.
He just
shows up.
They have this really weird animation they do with it, where it's almost like cartoonish.
He turns into the Joker.
It makes a
Dale
very
said,
wide
he turns
smile.
into the Joker. His smile like goes up to your ears. You do like a Chelsea smile, and you get like sunken eyes, like you're angry but smiling at the same time.
Yeah, and they put it on the dead person for that scene. When
Yeah,
it
so I mean
approaches
that
Brad.
was disturbing, but I mean that was probably the only
More just creepy to look at.
Yeah, it was more of just like that's gross, and you're
And plot convenience, Brad's dad just happens to be there. at the
Yes,
hospital,
Brad
yeah.
shows up. Well, apparently he heard about his friend getting her hand broke, and he knows that she's friends with him, so he goes to check on him.
I guess I missed that.
So Brad and Brad is a closeted gay, So he hasn't come out yet, and especially doesn't come out to his dad because he's afraid his dad will be ashamed or angry.
Homophobic father.
Yeah, he says his dad is homophobic. He's then faced by the demon, chooses
Truth.
he chooses truth, and they say, and the demon tells him tell the truth about
Everything.
Yeah, basically like tell him.
Sexual orientation.
Yeah, tell your dad you're gay, basically. So he does.
Which that was honestly the best one in the movie, the one that turns out the best for the character. I don't really think.
Yeah,
there's
because
any
he's just
negative.
like, my dad was actually
The dad
chill
ended
with
up being okay
Yeah,
with
the
it.
dad was like, "You're still my son, and I love
And-
you,"
and
which
Brad-
is like the correct response.
And Brad was like okay afterwards. He's like, this was good. I think that was kind of like a false, like, hope for the game at that point, maybe.
Maybe
Trying to draw you in because the next one just, it goes south real quick.
Yeah,
after
because
that.
then after that, then it is, I think, Tyson's turn, right?
Yeah, it's time for med student to die.
Is it
Yeah, it
not?
was him. It was him next.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
Tyson, who is at a medical student interview, he's trying to, I guess, get into med
It,
school.
it really pounds into your head that he's a med.
He is
getting into
med
school.
student, med student. He is important.
Yeah.
He is big name. He matters. So he goes in, he has his interview, and then the demon possesses his interviewer, who then asks him truth or dare, and he says truth, doesn't he?
Yeah, he says truth.
Yeah, he says truth, and it says.
But he doesn't think it's the curse. He
No,
thinks
he
that,
thinks
like,
it's a joke.
He's like, okay, my friends paid you to do this, huh?
Yeah, like,
okay,
put
I
you up
choose
to it.
truth.
Yeah, he says truth, and then the demon tells him to basically admit that he's been forging prescriptions to students, and he says, "No, I'm not. No, that's not funny. Like, like I'm not admitting that to you, even though he has done it." So he says, "No, screw you. I'm not gonna say that." And he goes to leave, and then the demon possesses him, and he stabs himself in the eye with a pen, which was probably the most gruesome death.
He stabs it into his head and then slams it into the
Yeah,
wall to
like-
push it in more.
Like the
Yeah.
guy, like Ron snapping his neck on the pool table was like gross. Like it sounds gross, but that one to me was like the worst one. I mean, you take a pin and he shoves it in his own eye. That's messed up. Goes on. Penelope is next. Penelope goes and she sees the demon. Which this is when you learn the plot twist of. Apparently, the people who played it before played it as truth dare. So 2 truths and then a dare. So whenever she tries to pick truth, because they say, okay, no matter what, you have to pick truth. That way we can play it safe. The demon says, no, that's not how it works, because these people play truth dare. You only get one option now. You have to choose dare, which in reality,
Dare or die.
that's that's not actually how truth or dare works. The whole point of truth or dare is that you have an option, you have a choice. Changing the rules and making it so like you have to tell the truth and you have to tell the truth and then you have to say a dare.
Well, they didn't make the others tell the truth. It was just you can only have 2 truths.
Yeah,
in a row.
if
Yeah.
you say 2 truths, a dare must happen.
Yeah.
So
because that becomes a thing later on in the movie.
yeah. So
right?
they
Yeah.
say so she has to do a dare. Her dare is she has to drink an entire bottle of vodka,
Wow.
while walking along the edge of a roof.
With no assistance.
With no assistance or anything, she has to do it. Which then has probably one of the most like
Painfully long sequences.
yeah, it was a very long scene of them following her with her mattress
And
hoping to
also-
catch her.
And also, I feel like if your life is on the line, you can chug a bottle of vodka. Like, stuff has
It
a
wasn't
burn.
even a full bottle either.
Like, stuff has a burn, but, like, if you run the risk of dying, I'm pretty sure adrenaline will help you out there.
Just chug it, like go.
The movie goes through this whole sequence, which that was probably the longest sequence.
No, yeah, it had the
single sequence
longest
of
like
the movie.
scene.
Only to, like,
Just to kill her 2 scenes later.
yeah.
Yes, okay, so they like
Well,
save
it's like,
her. They
"Yay,
save her by
we
knocking
saved her!"
over a gate that has points on it, and then catching her on her mattress. And after she finishes the bottle of vodka and like passes out, because I assume like too much vodka and shock, she just finally gives up. Then they go and they figure out the girl who at the very beginning of the movie burned a woman alive because of the truth or dare game. They find out that she's alive and they can go see her, and they go and they see her, and apparently the game has dared her to kill Lucy Hale.
Which
and
was
she-
very, very obvious scene also.
yeah, like we saw it coming. Like, of course she's gonna agree to meet with you because it's a way for her to
The very first word she says is, "Who's Olivia?"
Yeah, like she doesn't say, "Okay, here's what we can do about the game." She says, "Which one of you is Olivia?" So, and then Penelope's character jumps in front of her because this chick has a gun, tries to shoot Lucy Hale. Penelope jumps in front of Lucy Hale. Lucy Hale is saved. Penelope dies.
Which is odd, very odd sequence. It hadn't shown any like particular bond between the characters.
Yeah, the only two characters that have like a
acquaintance.
super strong relationship are Marky and Lucy Hale's character Olivia. Like they're
really...
the only two that have like this big friend bond, and then
it was like they were just trying to get rid of the other non-important character.
Yeah, because they realized, okay, we did all of this build up to have her live. Which I guess that was kind of the point. It was supposed to be shock factor because you thought, like, oh, she's safe. And I guess that was the point of it. But without, like, some kind of background of why Penelope would throw herself to save her, it didn't make sense.
And they don't even, like... They don't even seem that shocked that she's dead.
Honestly, several people die in this movie and they don't seem as shocked as they should be.
They're more worried with what are we going to tell the cops.
Yeah.
Like,
which, I mean, I guess is a good assumption considering they know this is gonna be bad. Oh, and by the way, since woman couldn't kill Lucy Hale, she kills herself because the demon possesses her. After that, I think it goes back to Olivia, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. So it comes back to Olivia. She says she'll tell the truth.
No, she picks Dare.
Oh, that's right. No,
No, that was where she had to have sex with Lucas.
Was it?
Yeah. Because
their gay friends dies before that.
No, because like the turn it recycled, so now it's back to her, and then she chooses Dare so that no one else has to choose Dare.
Mm-hmm.
And then
she says that's why.
Yeah. She says that's why.
You later learn it's because she doesn't want she doesn't want the truth in front of her friend.
Yeah,
and then Lucas's turn is next, and it's truth, and then it's
okay.
And then Marky tells the truth, and then it's Brad.
And then it's Brad.
Okay.
And
Brad gets shot in the back by a cop.
Let's go back to the Lucy Hale sequence because
we're gonna have to speed this up.
That's an odd scene.
What, Lucy Hale having sex with what's his face?
She picks Dare and the Dares to have sex with the other girl whose name Lucas.
The other girl.
The other girl's boyfriend, Lucas. So the other girl just like storms out.
She's angry.
She's like, I can't believe that you were given this dare and I to sleep with my boyfriend who I've been cheating on. I can't believe
this demon told you that in order to live you have to sleep with my ex-boyfriend who I've been cheating on.
It's almost like
how dare he?
It's almost like it's been trying to tear us apart.
Yeah.
Like,
so they go. She has sex. While they're having sex, Lucy Hale becomes possessed and
so the other guy's turn happens during the sex.
Yeah, and then he has to tell the truth, and his truth is he actually still loves the other girl, and which again makes no sense.
The question is like, who do you love?
Yeah, who do you love?
Which one do you love? And he says the other girl.
Yeah, he's like, I have feelings for you, but I love the other girl. And then
which ruins sex.
Yeah, it like very quickly ends that scene. That scene is over quick. It goes to Marky. Marky admits that she has thoughts of killing herself after the demon talks to her through a video of her dad.
Which was one of the truly creepy scenes in the movie.
Yeah, that'd be disturbing. Because her dad's like normal and then all of a sudden starts responding to her.
From the phone.
From the phone, and she's like, whoa. And she admits to wanting to kill herself. They then travel. During this, Lucy Hale and Lucas travel to Mexico again, where they meet an old woman who was a nun who originally summoned the demon that is causing all of this problem. Talks about how the only way to stop him is to make a sacrifice. Her sacrifice was she cut out her tongue. Which now that I get why they, like, it wasn't that you had to make any kind of sacrifice. It was sacrifice your tongue because you use your tongue to ask truth or dare. Mm-hmm. You have to talk. So they figured that out. They have to use whoever freed the demon. Carter, from the beginning of the movie, is the one who freed him, apparently.
So they're having to find Carter.
So they gotta go find him. They finally get Marky back.
They're at the police station at this point.
Yeah, they're at the police station. Stuff happens. Because the cops are putting two and two together and realizing there's more to this story than what they've been telling us.
Which is how the cops pull forward the Facebook message from early in the movie they sent to get the earlier player.
Yeah, to get that, they threaten her family.
Because early in the movie, the way they got her to show up was they said, just like you burnt that woman, we're in front of your house, we are going to burn your family alive.
So that's why she
Drastic move.
Yeah, so the cops find that, and the cops are like, well, that's suspicious. So
we're like, well, we can't arrest you for this. It's like, really?
Yeah, that's a death threat,
Terroristic threatening?
So long story short, they find Carter, they go back to Mexico, they are...
Before that, Brad happens.
Yeah, Brad gets shot in the back by a cop. We've addressed this like 3 times already. Brad gets shot. Police brutality. Horrible police training. He shouldn't have just assumed that gay Asian guy was bad. He should have first told him to put the gun down, which long story short, it wouldn't have mattered anyway because he wouldn't have been able to put the gun down until his dad begged for his life.
Which also, if your son has a gun pointed at you and your son is just saying, I will explain later, beg for your life, just say, please don't kill me.
No, the dad of the year here.
Yeah,
his dare is to make the dad beg. And the dad the whole time is like, hey, son, I understand why you're doing this. Yeah. Calm as can be the whole time.
Son, I understand and I love you. I want you to know that. And
he doesn't know what's going on. All he knows is his son, who just came out of the closet, is now holding him at gunpoint.
Yeah,
he's like, hey, son.
Disturbed. He may be having problems. So as a dad, his immediate reaction is, son, I will do whatever it takes to help you.
Then beg.
That's not what but he doesn't understand that part. He's trying to make sure his son is not insane. So, anyway, Brad gets shot in the back. They go to Mexico. They bring the last guy, Carter, with them. They go to Mexico. They try to do the ritual to seal the demon. It fails because the demon cheats. The demon cheats. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. The demon cheats because the demon kills Carter. And then he kills Lucas because Lucas wouldn't kill Lucy Hale or Marky. So he has to die as well. And then the corpse of Lucas dares Marky to kill Lucy. Lucy prevents the killing. And then Lucy, she plays truth or dare with the demon, and the demon chooses truth, and which is dumb. Cause and Lucy Hale's like, tell us how to beat the game, and then the demon pulls the biggest of all the douche things to do. You can't because that guy is now dead, so you can't. So now it's only over when everyone dies. At which point the honorable thing that a woman who says she's all for saving humanity would have been like, okay, I'm gonna kill myself and been done with it. No. What she does is she gets on YouTube and she videos herself saying, hey everybody, truth or dare, and then that's it.
Wait, I just picture, hey, what's up everybody, welcome back, we're gonna play a little bit of demonic truth or dare.
Which, the video, I don't think the people who made this movie know how YouTube works.
No, they don't.
Because the people are watching this video all astonished and on. People, in real life, people would just be like, what is this shit?
Yeah, this is dumb.
This is fake.
Yeah, this is dumb. And then they would swipe it off, like, just, forget that, I ain't gonna watch this. And then, long story short, millions of people are now involved in the game, and they're all going to die.
So, anyway, that's the movie. What would you guys rate this movie?
I would give it a solid...
What's your scale?
5.5.
5.5?
1 out of 10.
Oh, out of 10?
Yeah.
I mean, compared to, to other horror movies, or just as a movie?
In general, as a movie. I mean, you can do both if you want.
5.
All right.
I would give it a solid 5.
It's still enjoyable.
It's enjoyable, but it's a Redbox movie, and if you watch it more than once, something is wrong with you.
No, I don't want to see it again. I don't think I've ever watched a Blumhouse film more than once.
If you watch this and you're just like, oh my god,
except for maybe the Insidious movie,
greatest horror movie ever.
I've seen Insidious twice.
That's a good comparison because there's no subtleties in this movie like in other ones like Insidious. You can get everything.
Oh yeah,
you get everything this movie's trying to get across at the beginning of the movie.
The entire time the movie's happening, Jacob and I have figured out the entire plot before the movies ended. We automatically knew, okay, this person's gonna die here, and then this.
I'm pretty sure we even picked the order at one point.
Yeah, we did. We knew immediately what was going to happen. So I mean, granted, the movie was great on the fact that it's a stupid horror film.
And I just found I know we're killing it to death with plot holes, but with the whole truth, dare order thing,
it's
Carter.
Truth, dare.
Truth Dare, sorry. Carter
Right.
and that other girl were still in the game at the beginning by the
Okay,
rules.
I didn't understand
They did not
that.
count for the Truth or Dare thing, because Carter even said it showed when they found him, he had locked himself away from people so that he couldn't do dares involving other people. But I think by the way of the order, it would have had to have done a dare on his turn once.
The only thing I could think of is that they were two separate games. That their game was happening differently from the other game. So, like, Chick chose Dare last time.
But Carter started with he started their game with them, though.
No, because see...
No, he brought more people into the game.
At the beginning,
I know
her
I'm picking
dare,
it to death here, but...
At the beginning, her dare was to set that woman on fire, and then it was Carter's turn again. So his dare was to bring more people into the game.
Yeah, his dare was...
And then it went back to her, and her dare was to kill Olivia. So
I
Carter didn't... It was Carter's turn next.
Yeah, so essentially...
But that... Because the whole reason at one point that Olivia and Lucas at separate points both picked dare so other people don't have to do truth is negated by the fact that Carter...
Also notice, though, if they were involved in the same game, instead of going directly to Lucy Hale again, it should have gone to Carter and then Lucy Hale.
Exactly, yeah.
But it didn't, so that's why I think it's a separate game, and I think maybe since he was the last one standing, the demon didn't bother.
Clearly the demon doesn't care with the rules anyway.
Yeah, he cheats constantly through the film, so I mean, because I think the whole workaround of, they said truth dare, I can get away with this. Like, I thought that was kind of dumb, like, but whatever.
So, final verdict. Watch for yourself. See how you judge it.
Get it as a red box.
It's a red box movie. It's a red box rent, definitely.
For like one night and then go immediately take it back. So
don't charge yourself more than that $1. I think that's about all the time we've got for today. I am Dale.
Oh, we're doing this?
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh my
I'm
God,
Dylan.
Do I
Welcome
say Jake?
to our show.
I hate
Do I
you.
say Jacob now?
I hate you guys.